And now I am live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. What's up, y'all? It's your Intrepid Songwriter chronicling my adventures as a songwriter. Because seriously, who does that? Nobody does that. Nobody gives you the game like Intrepid Songwriter gives you the game. Because I'm out here living it. Okay? I'm out here telling you what it's really like to be a songwriter. So you know, this is all the stuff I wish people had told me when I first started out. All right. Today, our broadcast today is going to be about exit strategy. Have you ever thought about, because most of the time what people are thinking about when they want a career is they think about how to break in and how to break through. How to break in and how to break through. Most of the time, that's what people are thinking about when they want a career. So if you're trying to be an artist and you're trying to blow up, and if you want to blow all the way up to get to the highest levels you can get to, then most of the time, all you're thinking about is how to break in. How do I get in the game? And then how do I break through? How do I get fame? How do I get money? How do I get recognized? How do I get a platform? How do I get from where I am to where I want to go? And where you want to go is different for different people. You know what I mean? It's different for different people, but it's always about where it is that you want to go, especially as an artist. Now, the reason I say that about artists is because an artist is always the face of a thing. The face of a thing, okay? You don't have to be the face of a thing to be, yeah, Riley, I miss him too. You don't have to be the face of a thing to break through or blow up or whatever it is you're trying to do. You don't have to do. You don't have to do that, but artists are always going to be the people that are most recognized. Artists are always going to be the people because they're the ones out there on stage singing, performing, rapping, dancing, whatever it is that they're doing. So if you want to be that, if you want to be the artist, if you want to be the face of a thing, I guarantee that most of your energy is spent trying to figure out, how do I break in? How do I get in? And then how do I break through? How do I blow up? Okay. What I'm going to talk to you about today is exit strategy, which is something that most people don't think about. And that is that, what's your exit strategy? Do you even have one? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about, you know, when the game is over, when the ride is over, when the party's over, what are you going to do? That's why so many artists end up broke, y'all. That's why so many artists end up in places that they don't want to be, because they never thought about their exit strategy. They never thought about their exit strategy, okay? Now, there are always outliers and there are always exceptions to the rule. If you want to see an exception to the rule, that would be somebody like Tina Turner, who did what she did until she was like in her 80s. Mick Jagger, Rolling Stones still going. People like that start out in their teens and keep doing the same thing and doing what they're doing until later years. That's the exception. That's not the rule. Elton John also did that. Billy Joel's still performing. So it's possible, but the smallest amount of people will do it. That's what you got to get in your head. It's entirely possible for you as an artist to blow up when you're young and stay on stage as long as you want to until you get to the point where you don't want to do it anymore or you can't. Okay? But what we're talking about today is, what's your exit strategy? Are you planning on being on stage until your 70s, 80s, and 90s? Because you can be if you stay healthy enough. Okay, you can be. Is that what you want, is the question. So today we're going to look at what Katy Perry did. A lot of people don't know Katy Perry's backstory. Katy Perry came to LA when she was very, very young and wanted to make it in the music industry. She could not find the songs, the sound that she wanted, and she could not find the look that she wanted, so she left and went back home. When she went back home, she said to herself, because I think she's from the Midwest, she said to herself, I'm going to go back and try it again. If I don't make it by 25, I'm going to do something else. So when she came back to Los Angeles the second time, she worked with some new people that gave her that look, because she has a combination like Betty Page, 1950s, kind of quasi mid-20th century style with a contemporary kind of twist. That's how she got her look. And then she worked with different artists to get her sound. Okay. So Katy Perry very recently sold her entire music catalog for $225 million. Okay. After about 20 years in the business, she sold the rights to her entire music catalog. Now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, I'm actually going to put this on the screen so you can see. I can't do it on Insta, but I'm putting it. So if you watch this on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So she sold her entire music catalog. Now, $225 million is a nice chunk of change. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at nobody that can sell their catalog for that kind of money. And she's only 38 years old. Oh my goodness. She's only 38 years old. So the question then becomes, why would she do that? A lot of people ask that question. Why do artists sell their catalog? I'll tell you why. Because that's change your life, never have to work again money. And you have to take it while it's being offered to you. You have to strike while the iron is hot, because you will probably never get an offer on that level again in your life. If they're willing to pay you $225 million for your catalog, what kind of money do you think they're going to make off of it? If they have that kind of cash and they're willing to part with that kind of cash for those songs, what kind of money do you think they're going to make? Because it took Katy Perry almost 20 years to create that catalog. What do you think they're going to do with those songs in the next 20 years? I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to get them in TV commercials, because I always tell all my students, TV money, good money. They're going to get them in movies. They're going to get them in video games. They're going to have other people do covers. They're going to do a lot with them. Okay? They're going to do a lot with control of that catalog, because again, if it's worth $225 million to them, what kind of money do you think they can make from it? So here's what to do. If that's the exit strategy that you want, and Katy Perry did it from like 18 to 38 or 17 to 38, she did it in less than 20 years, then here's what you need to do. First thing you need to do is you need to do exactly like Katy Perry did. You need to get the right look. So if you're an artist manager or you're a record label, this applies to you too. You have to get a look that fits your artist, okay? It's got to be the right fit for them. And then you have to get a sound. And this is where songwriters and producers come in. This is something that I don't understand why so many people struggle with it, but they do. If you don't know how to write songs, you definitely need to learn. But in the meantime, you need to hire people that know how to write and produce hits. And you need to get a songwriting and producing team that knows how to craft a sound for you. A sound that fits your voice, a sound that fits your look, your vibe, your age. Because nothing looks funnier than people singing songs that you don't believe coming out their mouth. Your audience has to believe your songs when you perform them. Some songs are timeless. You can sing them across every year of your life. Like Vanessa Williams would Save the Best for Last. That's an example of a timeless song. It doesn't matter how old, that song probably sounds sweeter the older you get, because it's talking about finding the right love. But some songs are stage of life. Some songs you sing because you're at a particular stage of life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand the difference. And if you don't know how to do that, you have to hire songwriters and producers that do know how to take a melodic motif, that know how to take a title, that know how to take a lyric and turn it into a song, and then turn that song into a hit. Everybody can't do that. So the first thing you need to do, get the right look. Second thing you need to do is get the right sound, because Katy Perry just proved to you that getting the right sound is like a lottery ticket. One more time, getting the right sound, if you're an artist, is like a lottery ticket. Because at some point you're going to be able to cash that catalog in for more wealth than most people will see in their lifetime. Okay? But for some reason, some artists refuse to do this. I don't know why they refused to do it. Now, the article says that Justin Bieber did the same thing. He sold his entire catalog from his 15-year recording career for $200 million. Now, do you see the kind of money? Do you see the kind of money? Do you see the kind of money that hit songs can generate? So when you see artists doing stuff like this, they're selling their stake in that catalog. Okay? And Katy Perry's stake in her catalog netted her $225 million. And Justin Bieber's stake in his catalog netted him $200 million. Katy Perry did it in less than 20 years. Justin Bieber has done it in about 15 years. Now, do you see why I'm always talking about the value of songwriters? Now, do you see why I'm always talking about the kind of difference that we make, how important we are, and how we ought to get paid like everybody else? Don't you let nobody cheat you out of your money. Look at what hit songs are worth in less than 20 years, in less than 15 years. And then when you get into megastars like the late, great Michael Jackson or Prince, when you're talking about catalogs that are worth like maybe 400 million, 450 million, 500 million, that's $500 million. Elton John's catalog is worth that. Billy Joel has a catalog worth that. And don't get me started on Dolly Parton. Lord have mercy, Dolly Parton has been writing hit music for her entire career. So how long has Dolly Parton been in the game? 30, 40, 50 years? Okay, so I can't even imagine what that catalog is worth. So if this is your exit strategy, these artists prove you can do it in a short amount of time, but you got to make all the right moves. You got to have the right look. You got to have the right sound that fits you, and then pay attention. Pay attention. You cannot be a one-hit wonder. Lord have mercy. You cannot be a one-hit wonder. What you need is hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. That's how you build value in your catalog. Hit after hit after hit. Not, I had that one hit that one time and it blew up and I went viral. Going viral does not give you a career. Going viral means you went viral for that thing, whatever that is. But that doesn't give you a career. Okay? What you need is hit after hit after hit after hit. That's how you build value in your catalog. And then you have to know when to exit. You have to exit at the height of your popularity. You have to exit when people are willing to pay that kind of money for your songs. Now, the good thing about being an artist, or the good thing about being in this music game, is that an exit strategy doesn't mean I'm not doing music anymore. That's not what that means. It means that all those hits you know me for, I'm cashing out on those. You can create more music. You can do whatever you want. If you got $200 million, you got $200 million plus dollars, you can do whatever you want. But it's creating that hit. And a lot of artists I found out are resistant to that when they first start out, and I don't understand why. I know you want your songs to go. I know you want your songs to be the thing. I know, I get that. But in case that don't work out, then there are songwriters and producers out there that will work with you that can help you develop that catalog so it's worth that kind of money. And remember, you don't have to sell it outright. You can always rent it. You can always license it. If you know what you're doing, you can take a multi-million-dollar catalog and you can get some of that sweet license money yourself if you know what you're doing. Okay, you don't have to sell it, but I'm saying this is a way to get yourself in a position to get, I never have to work again money. This is what a multi-million-dollar catalog will do for you. But you got to have hit after hit after hit after hit. Tina Turner, Rolling Stones, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Prince, Billy Joel, Elton John, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, people like that. Hit after hit, that's what you need. Janet Jackson, that's what you need. Hit after hit after hit after hit. That's what raises the value. And if you're trying to exit by selling your stake in it, you got to sell it at the right time. Because if you sell it too soon, it will not have accumulated all the money you could have gotten for it. And if you sell it too late, anybody ever going to pay you that kind of money for it? Let's imagine Taylor Swift's catalog. She's still very much a young woman. So I want you to imagine Taylor Swift writing songs and making hits for the next 10 years and then deciding to sell it. What kind of money do you think she can get? You see that? So I know, I know because I'm a songwriter and I have my own band, all that. I know what it is that you want. You want your passion projects, you want your songs, you want all that to be all that. But they have to have commercial value. And this is the hard part for so many people. If just you and your mom like it, you know, and your family likes it, ooh, that's nice, that's good. But to get to this kind of level, these have to be like global hits. You know, Katy Perry also did smart things. Like the smartest thing Mariah Carey did was write and perform a Christmas song. You know why? Because a Christmas song is a hit every year. It's something we call evergreen. Okay? Christmas music is always a hit. If it's a hit every year. So if you get a hit Christmas song, it's going to hit every year. So just that one song by Mariah alone brings her tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars because it's a hit every year. See that? Katy Perry wrote something that was anthem and timeless. Eye of the Tiger is timeless and Firework is timeless. Meaning you can play it at any point in your life, but you can play it for stuff like graduations. Like if you graduate anything, you can play it for the military. Like when the military goes on campaigns and we win a strike, you can play Eye of the Tiger or Firework. There's so many different applications because she wrote and performed, or she got written and performed songs that were anthems, songs that were theme-based and not just stage of life-based. So if I sing a certain song when I'm 19, I might not be able to sing it my whole life. But if I sing a song that's an anthem, if I sing a song that's written around a theme or written around a season like Christmas, or written around a patriotic holiday like 4th of July, something like that, then they can be hits every year. Do you understand that? So I'm giving you some tips and tricks. I'm giving you some tips and tricks on how to build value in that catalog. But as you've heard me often say, people are fighting the way life works. So let me give you some principles. There's no benefit or blessing without burden. There's no privileges without price. There's no pleasure without pain. There's no rights without responsibility. There's no reward without risk. And there's absolutely no success without sacrifice. What do you have to sacrifice to do what I'm talking about? Your ego. One more time. What do you have to sacrifice to do what I'm talking about? Your ego. What do I mean by that? I mean, you got to go with what works until you get far enough in the game to where you can do what you want. And a lot of artists starting out are just trying to always do what they want. Now, if what you want, what you got works, go with it. But if what you're doing is not chart topping, it's not hitting the Billboard charts, it's not doing all that, then you got to switch gears. You got to switch gears until you find what works and then blow up and then do that as much as you can and build that value in that catalog. Once you've built a catalog of immense value, it can take you around the world. It can take you so many places. Okay, and will open up the entirety of your career to you. Do you understand? But I unfortunately have dealt with people that have been resistant to that kind of idea, that don't understand that, you know, we got to get the right songs. We got to get all the things, all the ducks in a row. You understand that? And then if you put yourself in that position, if that happens for you, you will be in a position to cash out at a very young age. And then you have enough money to where you never have to work again. And then you can do what you want. And you don't have to stop doing music. You can do whatever you want to do. And you can do more passion stuff because you've already got, you know, value out of the hits that you made. You follow that? There's nothing wrong with that as an exit strategy. Absolutely nothing. But it's something you have to start working on right at the beginning of your career. You don't want to waste, you know, years making a bunch of songs that don't have commercial value. And I know a lot of people argue about that and they call that selling out. Let me tell you something. What industry makes a product that it doesn't want to sell? How is that selling out if you make a product that's going to sell for your target demographic? That's not selling out. Okay? That's creating the kind of content, the kind of goods and services that your customers want. How is that selling out? But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can do your music like you want it, the way you want it, and whatever success you get from that, you can be happy with that. But if you want this exit strategy, you can't do it without a catalog of hits. It's not possible. Okay? So I gave you some good principles today. So I want you to, if you're watching me on Insta or you're watching me on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, I want you to watch this video. I want you to like and share it because I gave you a lot of principles today. To think, first of all, to start thinking about your exit strategy if you want one. But second of all, to realize it's going to cost you some stuff. Like it might cost you your ego. Because just like actors aren't writers, and all actors aren't writers, and all actors are not directors, all artists and performers are not songwriters, and all artists and performers are not producers. So you've got to get with somebody that'll give you that sound. And the final thing I'll say before I sign off is do not mess them over. Make sure they get paid. If they help you to blow up, you need to make sure they get paid. Do you know why? Because as you sow, so you reap. The way you measure it out is the way it's coming back to you. And if you mess people over on the come up, you're going to get messed over at some point because that's what you measured out. So that's what's coming back to you. You understand? If somebody helps you get to where you want to get, do not mess them over. Make sure they get what's due them. Now, they shouldn't be overpaid because sometimes people get full of themselves there too, but they shouldn't be underpaid either. Make sure you take care of the people that take care of you to get you to where you want to go. See, all that requires humility. All that requires humility. You can't do that with ego. You have to humble yourself and realize who helped you get to where you want to go. Okay? So I gave you a lot of good principles today about exit strategy, about building a catalog, about getting the right team. So I want you to like and share this video, and I want you to share it as many places as you can, and I want you to watch it yourself on repeat so you can get the principles I've given you so you can start working on that. If not, because remember, my tagline is 20 minutes with me will save you 20 years worth of trouble. If not, you're just going to wander around for a bunch of years trying to do a bunch of stuff that doesn't work because you're going to have to sacrifice that ego. You're going to have to face what you're really good at instead of what you wish you were good at. One more time, you're going to have to face what you're really good at versus what you wish you were good at. A whole lot of people start out trying to be artists, end up being writers. A whole lot of people start out trying to be artists, end up being producers, or a whole bunch of things. Most of the people that start out in this game don't do what they started out in for the rest of their career. People that do that are the exception. They're not the rule. So there's no need of you wasting a bunch of years trying to do something you're not good at. Find what it is that you're good at and then build a team around that. And if you can't be the face of the thing, if you can't be the artist, then maybe you should be an artist manager. Maybe you want to be a record label owner. Maybe you want to be a songwriter. Maybe you want to be a producer. Stay in your strength. Because again, Katy Perry and Justin Bieber proved to you that in less than 20 years time, if you have a catalog worth of hits, you can cash out for hundreds of millions of dollars. How is that a bad plan? She's 38 years old and she never had to work again. I ain't mad at her. And you shouldn't be either. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody that watched me live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. And like I said, like, share this video, watch it over and over again yourself, get all the principles that I've given you in this video, all right? Now, I know there's gonna be plenty of things about this game that you don't understand, so you need to book some one-on-one time with me because there's so many complexities to this game, I could not cover it in, a quick video. So you need to book a session with me. So go to my website, theintrepid.songwriter.com, and click on the tab that says Hire Me. When you click on the tab that says Hire Me, you can book a session in different increments. Okay? So you can book that one-on-one time because I do a whole bunch of things. I go over contracts with people. I explain to you royalties. I show you how to get all your royalties registrations together. I show you how to set up a situation to where all your band members can get paid. There's a lot that I do to help you in your situations. And if you want to hear testimonials about other people I work with, go on my YouTube channel. I have a whole playlist of testimonials, okay? But you need to go to my website, theintrepidSongwriter.com, click on Hire Me, and book a one-on-one session so we can go over the specific details of what it is that you need done. All right? That's it for this week. I will see you next week, same time at noon for our next live broadcast. All right? Intrepid Songwriter, out.